All right, guys. Let's look at some different macro conditions, market movement, and let's see where we're going today. I know a lot of people, they don't like my answers and stuff like that on things that I share. They don't like some of the scenarios that I talk about, but this is kind of the reality of things. To be honest with you, currently BTC is setting within a incline wedge, right? Typically how these turn out as far as incline wedges. And by the way, I went ahead and elaborated all of the current movement of BTC right now, right? So outside of that, this is kind of the scenario that we're looking at, right? I think that a lot of the time people just want to see bull, 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 but I figured this would give you guys a good analysis on what a bull market looks like versus a non-bull market, right? Not saying that we can't move into a bull market. I'm just saying currently we're not necessarily in one, right? There's multiple factors that are kind of declining that whole situation, on top of the fact that we just had a massive fall. I mean, a lot of this is basically capitulation and hopium, kind of pushing the market in a direction that looks to be upward, aka day cap bounce, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, please don't scorn me for my own opinion. Again, this is my own opinion based off the analysis that I'm seeing. BTC is looking to break down from its current position. We should see a fallback on BTC. I'm going to show you a couple positions you should look for bounces. If we're not able to complete these bounces, we're basically looking for the market to actually continue to push to the downside. I'm going to give you another video after this that can kind of explain that whole scenario of how that would work out and why that would even be a possibility, guys. BTC is breaking down pretty hard. I did a video the other day with Alex Lorenzo, and a lot of people, they didn't like what I had to say, and I understand that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you see the moon, right? You see the moon. You see Earth right there, guys. Come on, like, I like the moon too. Don't get me wrong. A lot of money to be made in bull markets. I'm not gonna tell people, oh yeah, it's a bear market to try and get people to sell. I mean, the only people that are probably even watching my videos are regular people. What do they invest in? A couple $1,000, $10,000? These are the people I'm trying to help not get wrecked, guys. Like, at the end of the day, whales aren't watching my videos. Whales aren't watching what I'm saying and the movement that I'm looking at. But everything's pretty apparent in the market as far as the current movement. I just wanted to point that out. Sorry, I'm not trying to, elaborate or rant on about the situation. I'm just trying to explain my side of the scenario, right? So bull side, we'll go ahead and look at that first. So bull side ended in a market push, right? So a couple different scenarios happened here. We had our initial pullback into our blast off, right? Atypical SMS, right? So market ran into an SMS here. SMS, for those who don't know, switch in market structure, basically a higher low, right? So we had a low, higher low, blast off, right? From that blast off, we ended up in multiple scenarios as far as bull flags, right? So we had just basically mini bull flags up until this position right here back in November, because a lot of people, they believe that the bull market started up here. That's not reality, right? Reality is really, in all actuality, that we started here, although we should have started here, and I'll explain that in the next video. From there, we run into an SMS, then we run into a bull flag, mini bull flag, into a what? A bullish pendant, right? A bullish pendant is bullish, so we move to the upside from here. But us switching, just so everybody knows, us switching from a bull flag to a bull flag to a bullish pendant is an indication of a slowdown in the market, right? We still get a big push to the upside, but in that push, we are creating what? Macro highs, right? Yes, higher highs, but macro higher highs. You never want to be in a scenario where your entire market is pushing together, right? You want a scenario that's kind of like a flat top into a bull flag, right? Because a flat top into a bull flag is a bull push, the bull flag, right? This is what we call a bull flag. And the other way would be a bear flag. So if we look at the total as far as, and this is actually something I missed over here, just so you guys know, but I'll explain this in a minute. We basically have our bullish pendant, which is a switch in overall geometry, right? So when our geometry switches, that's indicating we're getting some movement in the market that may not be in our favor, or could be in our favor, right? All at the end of the day. So we move from this bullish pendant into an incline wedge. Incline wedges always end in a drop, guys. That's just how it works, okay? Again, I know people don't want to hear it, but this is reality. That's how they end. So we ran into the bullish, or not bullish, bullish looking inclined wedge, and did what? We then dropped. Then what did we do a second time, right? Second time we ran into a inclined wedge, guys. And then boom, right? All the way down. From here, we basically did what? We ran into a declined wedge, right? And this is something I saw later on. And there's other indicators that also showed this outside of this. I'm just showing you what the geometry looks like of this. So decline wedges end in the opposite way, right? So decline wedges end in bullish pushes to the upside. Now, as we can see, we made up quite a bit for this bullish push to the upside. But does that necessarily mean that we move into a bull run? Did this push right here push us to the floor? No, it did not. I can show you where the floor is. And historically, it's always held there. And I have past videos kind of showing how this is the floor, why it's the floor, and where that exists, and why BTC always historically hangs out on this floor, right? After every bull run, before every bull run, so on and so forth. But outside of that, I don't want to get too far in depth in that because we want to keep this video short. Basically, we move into a decline wedge, blast off into an incline wedge, right? This is not something you want. You do not want an incline wedge push. What you want is you want a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want a market that's healthy, right? A healthy market should look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a healthy market, guys. All right. And we can see once we finished our 5 here, that pushed us into an incline wedge, all euphoric from this euphoria state right here. Boom, boom, right? And then we push down, and then we can see the movement drastically slowed down, indicating we were looking to do something here as far as takeoff. Boom, incline wedge. And now we're back into an incline wedge again. And really, we are looking, I know there's a lot of people talking about speculating we need to stay up here for a retrace, but what would a retrace here be? That wouldn't be a retrace. That would basically be sideways movement, guys. That's not a retrace. We need a big retrace. This thing went ballistic to the upside from the basically decline wedge, right? Decline wedges, incline wedges, they're big pushes, but they're not bull market pushes, guys. Bull market pushes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elliott impulse waves. Impulse waves create bull markets. Incline and decline wedges do not create anything except for basically price manipulation, for one, right? And then for two, they're just chaotic movement, right? That's all it is. The volatility of the market right now is extremely volatile. BTC can't decide if it wants to go up or down. It has no dominance. It's not holding the majority of the market like it typically does. It's holding like 40-something% of the market, which is very unhealthy for BTC. Last time we got down in the 40s range, we had our first drop, and then we got down in the 40s range even more, and we got our second drop, right? So I'm looking for BTC to start breaking down anywhere in here. I wanted to get this video out quick, so I didn't have a lot of prep time to do the video. I just want people to understand that. I hope the sound's a lot better. I'm sorry about my sound in my previous videos. I'm working on trying to get adjustments for my mic to make it sound a little better. As far as from here, I'm looking for a decline wedge. I'm looking for a bounce around 37.5. I think 37.5 is a healthy retrace. A lot of people will probably panic at this position. If we can pull back to 37.5, we should be looking pretty good, guys. Like if we can bounce, right? If we can bounce, what I'm seeing happening is I don't see a blast off like a bull market. I'm just seeing us kind of consolidating here, right? And then we could potentially push to the upside. We just need healthy movement to do that, right? And then if we don't do that, then we're probably looking to move sideways until we end up at the floor, because the floor is always ever rising. Or we're looking to hold this position here, and then we could be potentially do this and then just start breaking down to the floor, right? Any of these three scenarios can play out, and I've kind of showed the deflection, the sideways action that would end up ultimately kind of pulling us back down. It could pull us back up too, but really these are just order block areas that we're kind of playing in. And then from here, we're looking at, or just the direct down, right? So these are the kind of different scenarios that I see playing out in the current market. Keep your eyes on the market. Don't feel like bearish is bad. I buy as much as I can on the floor. I sell as much as I can in the bull run. That's just how things work. How do you make fiat? You make fiat by selling, right? How do you buy coins? You buy coins with fiat. So over here, I'm selling. Over here, I'm buying, just like the whales do at the end of the day. I hope this video helped out as far as current market movement. was educational and help people kind of understand the market as a whole, right? If there's any questions, stuff like that, feel free to reach out to me. Don't get upset about this. It's just another scenario I'm looking at. My Discord's down below. Please follow my Twitter. I'm very active on my Twitter, guys. Please, please, please follow my Twitter. Please follow my channel. Please like, subscribe, check out everything that I have here. And if you guys have video requests, leave a comment. I'll try and make a video on it. That, you know, I'm completely open to these things. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Hopefully you enjoyed mine. And I will see you guys on the next video, which won't be too long after this one. Have a great day. All right, see ya.